Coming December 7th, 2024, former President John Dramani Mahama and then Vice President Dr. Haji Bawumia Obi Biara Prez Obetimi Ababe President Nyame Adoma 7th of December 2024. Na sisi ano teso obia mission is opposition party ni vision and is Nyame Adoma 2024 Obetimi Ababe President, and then party in government sisi also omo vision is Nyame Adoma 7th of December 2024 almost so Ababe break the 8. Now when I'm so na chese sisi ano Dr. Haji Bawumia and then former President John Dramani Mahama. Na obiara pese honorable Ken kebetimi aba bejina. But sisi ano former President Dr. Haji Bawumia. Next Sembia Okika no chese Nyame Adoma 2024 obetimi abreki the 8. When I'm so ama Sammy Gyamfi communication director for the NDC party. And in Sembi Ababontin, now when I'm so ama former President John Dramani Mahama niyem actually pass Nyame Adoma 2024 on 7th of December. Nyame patana Nyame fakwema wanha obetimi remaini wo opposition party wa na MPP amanyoko no etimi aba break the 8. Sembebre cause between our parties, which is MPP and then NDC party no. And to me person me so brand na wadajen me so subscribe to our YouTube channel Odeneho TV. Obe like you, obe comment where your comment section. Make sure so my comment in the positive, encouraging one. We also share link in my MRF. Say I be recommended this channel Odeneho TV to many people, platforms and pages. Sebe Bawumia so where your mind gane has a yenchi amono. You go team Rasisia with us.
Will grow and grow and grow, and there will be jobs and jobs and jobs. Today, what is the unemployment rate? From 8.4% in 2016, according to the Ghana Statistical Service. Unemployment rate in Ghana today is hovering around 14%. So, if you look at the economy we bequeathed to him, we handed over to him, and entrusted him to manage for us, he has failed woefully. His record is the most abysmal in the history of this country. He's had so much resources, yet very little to show in terms of economic performance. What again is there to market this person? And lastly, Doc, I'll do this in just 2 minutes. Lastly, because this is a very important test that we must subject all the presidential candidates to. The test of incorruptibility. Which of the candidates will be presented with in this upcoming 2024 election is incorruptible and has the capacity to fight corruption? It cannot be Bawumia. Doc, do you know something? Since Ghana became Ghana, do you know the biggest corruption scandal we have suffered? I say it's the biggest because it is the corruption scandal that has occasioned the biggest financial loss to Ghana. That corruption scandal is what is known as the PDS scandal. According to the Institute of Economic Affairs, the PDS scandal cost this nation financial loss of $2 billion. $2 billion. Anybody watching, you can Google it. And who masterminded this corruption scandal? Alhaji Bawumia. He was the one who, according to the FTI report on the PDS scandal, on 19 February 2019, chaired a meeting at the Jubilee House and decided to change a condition precedent into a condition subsequent, the requirement of a bank guarantee, and watered it down into an insurance guarantee, and allowed a phony company of fraudsters to come and defraud this country. We lost $2 billion as a result of that. And as I speak, the electricity bills we pay to that fraudulent company, fraudulent in quotes, at least according to the then Minister for Energy, Peter Mewu, the company, over $1.5 billion, has refused to, pay that money back to the states. As I talk to you now, Richard can prove me wrong. Do you know that the office administrator of Dr. Bawumia is being prosecuted by the special prosecutor? A man called Kekose. Do you know that? Doc, do you know that? Do you know why he's being prosecuted? He's being prosecuted because he used Dr. Bawumia's letterhead, office administrator, wrote a letter to the Commissioner General of Customs for 10,000 bags of rice belonging to a businessman to be released to Bawumia for Ramadan donations. Ramadan donations. And when he was caught pants down, the Vice President office issued a statement that, even though he's the administrator in our office, and wrote that letter on our letterhead, Bawumia didn't know anything about it. Yet, the man is a Christian, and the rice was supposed to be used for Ramadan donations. And you know the scandalous thing about this scandal, the most scandalous thing, is that the gentleman Kekose, currently being prosecuted by the special prosecutor for his attempt to steal 10,000 bags of rice for Bawumia, ostensibly for Ramadan donations, is still working with Bawumia in his office as the administrator. He's still working there. He's not even had the courage to sack him.
Right.
Whether it is any way you look at it, this man clearly is not fit to be president. And look, I have no doubt in my mind, like I said, that people will look at his competence and his track record and juxtapose that with the other candidates. They will look at his trustworthiness. They will look at the various corruption scandals he's been involved in, appearance fee, how a minister of state was caught on tape soliciting for bribes, $250,000 for Bawumia. For bribes, $250,000 for Bawumia. Your integrity as a candidate, your credibility as a person. Can people take your word? Can people believe in you? That is the most important thing on the minds of Ghanaian voters today. Whether you check voter sentiments on social media, on the ground, through any poll, you will see that trust is the most important issue. And I have no doubt in my mind that Dr. Bawumia cannot pass that test of trust. Doc, because this is a man who has proven time and again to be a pathological liar. A man who cannot simply speak the truth. We are talking about a man who told the people of Cape Coast in the run-up to the 2020 elections that, hey, people of Cape Coast, I have good news for you. We are building for you, not we will build, we are building for you a brand new harbor. Look, you see, when I say he's a pathological liar, I'm not talking about manifesto promises that he has not been able to fulfill. I'm talking about things he has said as truth, which were in fact false. And that is what makes him a liar. When you say you are building a harbor, when at the time you made that statement, not a block had been laid anywhere in Cape Coast for any harbor. And even after the election, when your boss, the president, went to the central region and he was asked, how far with the harbor you said you were building for? He said, I don't remember making any such promise. Then they reminded him, but your vice president told us during your manifesto launch in Cape Coast that you were building as a harbor. He said, I don't know anything about it. That is the man we are talking about. A man, you see, you trust Bawumia at your own peril. If you are a person who can lie like that, then you are not even fit to be class captain. It was a wise man called Tracy Bryan who said that the relationship that holds, the glue that holds all relationships together, including the relationship between the leader and the led, is trust. And trust is based on integrity. So if you cannot be trusted, you have no business getting near leadership. This is the same man, Doc, who told us that the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government has been paying $1 billion annually for excess capacity charges. And that as of 2022, last year, they had paid 17 billion cedis. When the finance minister was summoned before parliament and asked about this, that this is what the vice president has said, is it true or false? Ken Oforiatta said it was false. He couldn't justify the figures. He said, as at that time, all we had spent, the total of it was $937 million, less than $1 billion on excess capacity. Less than $1 billion. Yet, Bawumia stood on a public platform addressing the entire nation and said, we've been paying $1 billion per annum. Such a chronic liar cannot be made to sit on the hallowed seat of President of Ghana. Never. This is the same man, Doc, who told Ghanaians that he has introduced a motor insurance database system for Ghana. And that this database system is the first of its kind in Africa. And in fact, better than the motor insurance database system of the United Kingdom. He was fact-checked, and it turned out to be a lie. Because 10 years before we got our motor insurance database system, countries like South Africa and Nigeria already had a motor insurance database system. It's there, you can go and check. He said he has introduced a Ghana Post GPS application, Dr. Bawumia, which he said that GPS application is the best in the world and more advanced than the GPS applications of UK and US. When that was a complete lie. You see, I can go on and on and on and tell you, not promises, lies that this man has peddled. Doc, he said again, few years ago, that he has introduced mobile money interoperability that allows us to send money from one network to another network or Momo and move money from our bank accounts to our Momo wallets, and that this was the first time any African country would do that. At the time he was making that statement, Tanzania was already implementing one. And they got that system, the Momo interoperability system, 10 years before ours. Kenya got theirs before ours. Yet Bawumia